My customer sent me nail inspo, but my specialty is making sure that I make it look exactly like a salon quality nail set. So let's jump right into it and show you exactly what I did to get this look. The first thing you need to make salon quality nails is a good quality nail tip. You can find so many different brands, and honestly, you might have to go through a little trial and error to find exactly what brand works for you. But I personally like using nails that are a little flatter, so that way they're suitable for mostly all nail beds. If they're super sculpted, they might not fit as press-on nails on people that have flat nail beds. So my favorites to use are enailcouture. I'll have them in the description box. I also always prep the nails beforehand, so I do prep them by either buffing or just wiping them with a little bit of acetone. You don't want to use too much. If you're a beginner, I would recommend buffing the nails, so that way they have a nice grit for the gel polish to stick onto. And if your nails are going to be shorter, like a medium length or short length, I personally don't think that you need a base color or a base gel that is going to make the structure of the nail thicker, because they're going to be really nice and thick once you're done with all the designs. So as you can see, I'm going straight in with my gel color. This is my base gel color, basically my base nude color. This is called Cocoa Kiss from my brand Nailsslayedbyval.com. All of my gel polishes are HEMA free, and they are also all 20 milliliter bottles, so they have more bottle or more product than most bottles on the market. I know there is some brands that have 20 milliliters, but it is just a little more rare to see, so I really wanted my brand to have more product for you guys. And once I cured that layer for 60 seconds, I'm going to go in with one layer of my beautiful pinky nude color called Blushed Clay. It is a really beautiful, perfect nude for everybody. So I'm going to be using this and then curing for 60 seconds. So the nude colors are basically the base for the French tips and for the designs. So once those are cured, I'm now going to get started on the other designs that I'm going to need. So I'm grabbing a bright red gel polish, and I'm going to be creating my French tip nail on a few of the nails of French tip design. This is one of the most popular designs that I get requested pretty often. I would say almost every single nail set that I get has a French tip design somehow incorporated in it. So I'm going to be doing this, and I just make sure to fill it in nice and even. And I like to use the liner brush because I feel like I get more of a seamless look, and that's why you notice that I fill it in with the liner brush instead of filling it in with the brush that's on a bottle. So I'm doing this, and then I will be curing for a full 60 seconds as well. And if you're wondering which nail lamp I use a UV LED lamp from Chiara Sky. You can use any UV LED lamp, just make sure it's a high wattage, and the bigger the lamp, the better. I wouldn't recommend really tiny ones. So yeah. So now, since I am doing the French tip, I'm going to explain how to get that really seamless salon quality look without having to actually buy a bunch of extra products and everything like that. So as you can see, I applied my base colors. You want to go in with thin coats of your base color for the nude, because, or whatever colors you're going in with first on top of the actual nail tips. You want to make sure that you apply it very evenly, and make sure you're wiping the sides as you go along, so that way your shape doesn't get compromised and it doesn't become lumpy and bumpy. Press-on nails should not have to be harder to do, so you should not have to work harder. This is a way for you to have pretty nails and create pretty nails without you having to do a bunch of extra work. If you wanted to file the nails and put in all that extra work, you might as well do polygel or acrylic or something like that. But because these are Gel X or press-on nails, you can do, because these tips work for either or, but mainly press-on nails. If you want your press-on nails to look like salon quality, you just want to make sure that you're going in with nice even layers and that you are using good quality products. By good quality, you're just going to know over time what's good quality and what's not. But the main thing is obviously what's in the bottle. What is the ingredient list? What is the photo initiator? You want to really make sure you look at things like that. HEMA products are the worst type. They're not necessarily like horrible, but like if you have sensitive skin and if you're a beginner and you have a tendency to get polish on your skin, you definitely want to make sure you're using products that have better quality in them, like better quality ingredients in them. And yeah, so that is the number one thing I recommend. If you're looking for good liner brushes, I'll be restocking my own liner brushes hopefully very soon. All of my liner brushes are acetone resistant. I would recommend cleaning up any mistakes with acetone, not with alcohol, just because I notice when you clean with alcohol, it just doesn't give you that same clean, crisp, cleaned up line like acetone does. And when I say use acetone, I don't mean like flood the nail with acetone, because of course you'll ruin your entire design. You just want to get a cleanup brush and very lightly dip it in the acetone. Make sure you have some lint-free wipes. The lint-free wipes that I use are in my Amazon storefront, and I'll be sure to put them in the description of the video, because I actually use the lint-free wipes for every nail set that I create, even if you guys don't see it in the video, because I'm constantly wiping my brush on a lint-free wipe in between colors. And then, as you can see here, now I'm going to be applying some polka dots, and I like to use my dotting tool for this. Another big tip I will give to any beginners, especially as a beginner that is starting on press-on nails and you want to actually do nails on clients or maybe even just your friends and family, so that way you can make a little extra money or anything like that, I would recommend that you try to practice your press-on nails facing with the tips downwards, just like I'm doing in this video. So I know it's kind of at a weird angle, like I have the nails kind of pointing to the right. It's because of the way I filmed this. My phone was kind of at a weird angle, but I always just work with the tips of the nails facing down, or at least I try to for the majority of the nail set, because when it comes time to actually do it on a real client, just in case in the future you want to go to nail school and you want to get your license and eventually you want to do gel X or acrylic, this will be the biggest helping tip for you, because you'll already be good at working with the nails down. It is so different where working on a stand versus working on an actual customer. So when you work on an actual customer, the nail shape is just so different. Every customer will, like, you know, every customer is just different, but also just the nail tips are going to be facing you, you know? So you want to make sure to practice that way, and that is going to prepare you for success later on when it comes time to actually do designs on real clients and customers. So that is my number one tip that I would give for any beginner that wants to start with press-on nails and maybe hopefully be in the future, like expand onto gel X or acrylic or polygel on real customers in person. And you can even open up your own salon one day. You could have your own suite to work on clients in. So everything like that, especially if you're like an extrovert or someone that just really likes to talk to people and you're really a people person, you could totally do something like that in the future. Don't ever limit yourself to just one thing. Like, always think of yourself, always think of the possibilities that are, always think of the things that are possible and other possibilities and doors that you can open with one thing that you are trying to work on. So you don't always just have to focus on one thing. So just because you do press on nails doesn't mean you can never work on clients in the future. Maybe one day you'll decide you want to get your license, and that will be, you know, something, I don't know. That's kind of random, but yeah, you should totally think about things like that when you start these things, because I started this as a hobby, like doing nails as a hobby. I'd never planned to have a whole bunch of social medias and my own site. And I used to take acrylic nail clients, so I used to be like an actual nail tech on people, so that's why I have experience in multiple different things. I even know how to do pedicures, really good ones, but I don't do them for anybody but myself. So there's just so many things that I really know how to do, so that's why I like to expand my knowledge always. Like, I always want to learn new things. I don't want to just be stuck on one certain thing. That way in the future I always have a bunch of different qualifications and everything when it comes to what I love to do, which is nail art and nails. So now I'm going to be painting the ladybugs. I kind of rambled for a little there. I grabbed the bigger side of my dotting tool and I used it to create the red ladybugs all over the nails. I did 2 on the thumb, 1 on the pinky, or no, 1 on the ring finger and 1 on the pointer finger. I know it kind of blends in right now, but once they're 3D and everything, you'll really be able to see that you'll really be able to tell that they're there. So I'm adding the details with my black gel polish. The red gel polish is actually a sample, an unreleased color that I'm working on. It is a super pigmented red, as you can see. Probably it's so good. But maybe I'll come out with that in the future, hopefully for Christmas time. But right now, the the black, nude, and white is from my website, Nailsslayedbyval.com. You can use code Nailslayer, all caps, for a discount off your purchase at checkout. So if you guys want to save some money, and yeah, it's just a code that I created on my own website, just so that you guys can save a little bit of money. And all of my gel polishes are pigmented and smooth, easy to use, and they're HEMA free. So that is the best part. And they are 20 milliliter bottles. I don't know if I mentioned that already. And now I'm going to be creating the 3D flowers. So I like to apply these 3D flowers before I apply the top coat. And I'm going to be using this really cool 3D putty gel that you can sculpt. And I actually got this from Amazon, so I'll be putting this in the description for you guys. And I'm just going to be rolling out little balls and just putting it on there. And then I'm going to be smoothing it out with my mini silicone tool. This is my tiny silicone tool. These are smaller than the regular ones. I know there's like bigger ones, but these tiny ones will go literally come in clutch basically for tiny flowers and smaller nails and shorter nails. It's just so easy to sculpt a petal with this tiny sculpting tool or silicone tool. So I'm just going ahead and placing the tool right in the center of the flower, or where the petal is going to be, and I just press down lightly. I don't want to press down so hard to where the petal becomes completely flat, and I don't want it to be like so thick, so I kind of press it down at like a medium, like, I don't know, medium firm pressure. And I'm going to be doing another flower here. I think this is going to be like a half flower, so you can totally do the half flower, you can do the full flower. And these 3D flowers are so trendy, and they are definitely beginner friendly. Like, you can totally do so many different looks with this. These flowers are completely different than the acrylic 3D flowers. So if you tried the acrylic 3D flowers before and you've never wanted to try these because you feel like it's going to be the same, trust me, this product is way easier to use because you do not need to figure out the liquid to powder ratio like you do with the acrylic 3D flowers. With this, it's just a product that you roll into the ball size that you need, and you go ahead and place the petal, or you place the ball, and then you go ahead and use your tiny silicone tool or whatever silicone tool you want to use, and you basically flatten out the petal. It is way more user friendly and way more beginner friendly. This has honestly been a lifesaver for everyone, honestly, that's been doing nails for years, because we used to only have acrylic flowers as an option. This was never an option before for us. So yeah, or maybe it was and I just didn't know about it, but honestly, once it started becoming trendy within the last few years, that's definitely when our lives have been saved, because you having to use the liquid and powder is just so frustrating sometimes. Of course, sometimes you kind of, it's like inevitable, like you have to use it for certain designs, but you can definitely get away with using the 3D gel instead of acrylic for certain designs like this one today, which I'm pretty sure they use the 3D gel. So I'm just going to be placing these little caviar beads in the center of the flowers, and to place these on, I'm using my rhinestone gel no wipe formula. It is my rhinestone gel that I created with a built-in liner brush in the bottle. It has become one of my most popular products, and I love this product so much, and I think you guys are going to love it too. You can also use this to make things 3D, which I'll be using to make the ladybugs 3D, which you'll see in a second. But before I apply the 3D effect, I'm going to be applying the no wipe glossy top coat all over the entire nail. This is my ultra glossy top coat from my brand Nailsslayedbyval. I'm actually wearing a set of nails right now, which you guys know I usually never wear nails. I've already had it on for like 2 weeks. Yeah, I think I've had these nails on for about 2 weeks, and they are still super glossy and shiny, even though I do not take care of my nails at all. And I created 3 sets of nails while wearing these and damaged my nails a little because of it. And they're still super nice and glossy. So I love my top coat. It is so good. So I'm applying this and then curing for 60 seconds. And once the top coat is fully cured, then that's when I can go in and do the 3D effect, which you guys will see in a second. But right now I'm just finishing up the other hand. Something else I wanted to mention is you might see me flash curing with a little red lamp here and there on certain things, and it's because some stuff doesn't have to be fully cured in the big lamp. I know a lot of you guys already know the basics of nails, those of you guys that watch my channel already, but in case you're new to my channel, first of all, welcome and thank you for being here. But this little mini flash curing lamp, I'll have it in the description of the video. You can grab one of these lamps if you want to just quickly cure some small details, so that way you don't have to go in and put your whole nail set into the big nail lamp and waste a minute of your time. So this will just be a quick flash cure for a few seconds. That way you can just go ahead and really quickly cure certain areas, and you won't have to actually put it in the big lamp until you're done with all of the nails. You know, you'll still have to do a full cure at the end, but instead of curing each design individually, like one finger at a time where you waste 1 minute per design, you just quickly flash cure that, and then at the end you put the whole hand into cure for 60 seconds. By whole hand, I mean the whole nail stand, of course. So that is why you see me flash curing certain areas. But anytime I'm doing a full layer, for example, when I applied the full layer of the top coat on the nail, I did do a full cure for 60 seconds in my big nail lamp. You'll notice that I do not flash cure those type of layers. Also, for example, when you saw me create the red French tip in the beginning of the video, I did not flash cure that. That has to be fully cured or else it can wrinkle. So you definitely don't want to deal with that. I would recommend putting it in for a full cure. A flash curing like this, what I'm doing here, is only for tiny things like these little tiny 3D details, or if you have to put those little caviar beads with the rhinestone gel that cures on the UV LED light, you can totally flash cure those things, because in the end, it's going to go into the big lamp and you save yourself a little bit of time. So that is my number one tip for any beginner that wants to save some time also when you're creating a nail set. And another thing is, when you're creating a nail set and you don't want to take too long, make sure you work on all the designs that have that color that's on your brush. You know what I mean? So for example, I already had the red gel polish on my brush. That's why I went in and created the French tip, the red French tip for all of the nails. If I would have had one extra nail that was like a white French, I wouldn't have went from red to white then back to red. I would have done all the reds and then cleaned my brush and then went to white, or vice versa. Done all the white Frenches, then cleaned the brush, then did all the red Frenches. That way I saved myself some time without having to go back in and dip back into the same color twice. So that just saves you a little bit of time there as well. And now I'm going to be kind of applying some finishing touches on the 3D ladybugs. And like I said, my rhinestone gel can be used for applying tiny rhinestone designs, or it can also be used for a 3D effect on top of the cured top coat. So this rhinestone gel from my website, Nailsslayedbyval.com, is what I use to make the ladybugs 3D. And you can go in with one layer and then cure, and then apply another layer and cure, and then it's going to give you that super cute 3D ladybug effect. And because it's a non-wipe formula, you don't have to go in and top coat it. It already has the top coat built into it. So it's absolutely perfect for these type of designs. And that's pretty much it for this nail set, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what are your number one tips for getting salon quality nails at home. And let me know if any of my tips have helped you create a better nail set. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!